Ellie, I'm recording you. Check this out. Bald eagle nesting area. There's actually 2 bald eagles that hang out in these 2 trees over here. I'm at this little lake in Nebraska. Has like a I think it's like 5-mile trail that goes around the whole lake, like this paved little road. Pretty nice little ride. I usually do like 2 laps. Very nice here. It's a little windy here in Nebraska, which I don't like, but it is what it is. But I'm here to talk about this. What's better than talking about this in front of some bald eagles, right? America. Oh, anyways, I'm still waking up, guys. But this is about this Trek right here. This is the Trek Rail 7. And I bought this as a fluke. I was going to actually purchase the Specialized Turbo Levo, the new one. Would be my like 3rd Levo that I bought. I've owned the Cube. I've owned the Giant, which uses the Yamaha motor. It sucks, don't get it. The Cube ran like this one, the Bosch CX. Why I came back to Bosch, by the way. And then the Levos had the Bros motors. And then I've also owned, which you see on my channel, the Commensal Meta Power, which used the Shimano EP8. Now guys, the Shimano EP8 feels a lot more natural and smooth feeling compared to the Bosch, but this thing has a kick. And this thing shows that it's an e-bike, which I guess has got this goods and this bad, but I like it. But anyways, I was with my wife and we were driving after her doctor's appointment to a store, I believe Costco, and then there's a Trek store I seen in a side vision. And I told the wife, I'm like, hey, let's stop by a Trek real quick and we'll see what they have. I went in there and then I seen this bike here. And I'm like, oh, okay, it has a Bosch motor. I thought it had like the 500 watt hour battery, you know, and whatever it was, 500, 505. And I got the sales guy. He's like, no, this actually has a 625 watt hour battery, the Bosch CX motor. Now it does come with the Piron display, which I don't like. It's not color. Doesn't have as much options compared to the Cube, which had the kiosk display. But I will be getting the kiosk display upgrade kit. They make an aftermarket kit for this for like $280. You just gotta run the wire from the down tube into the motor. You unplug it, plug the new wire in, and then the display, the color display, goes on your stem here in the middle. So I got that in order. I'm actually gonna do that next week. So I didn't care about that, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, how much is it? He's like $5,100. It's on sale. It's like $1,500 off right now. I'm like, what? I'm like, this bike right here is $5,100. I'm like, why is it so cheap? He's like, well, this is the Gen 2. We're trying to get rid of them. They have the Gen 3 and Gen 4s now. The Gen 4s with a smart system has a different display. Actually, it's not even a color display anymore. The Gen 3 comes with like a Bluetooth only without no display, and the Gen 4 has the it's the Bosch 300, which is an upgraded version of the kiosk. But I can't get that for this one. So he's like, that also comes with a 750 watt hour battery. So that's a plus. But you know what, guys? I get enough mileage on the 625 watt hour battery. So I didn't really care. I'm like, what? I was about to pay like $5,800 for a Turbo Levo. And this thing is $5,100. So I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I can buy this bike. I can get some upgrades for it and still be below what a Turbo Levo costs, which doesn't come with the things that I want. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. So I bought this and right away I got some Dedi pedals, green camo. I got some kind of camo, green camo grips, and I got the Dedi carbon bars and the Dedi stem 50 mil. And then I went riding, and what did I do? I jumped and I landed it wrong. My fault, user error, and I popped a rear spoke on the Bontrager rims. I think it came with 30 mil rims. So I am like, uh-oh, that's not good. So I went online, did some shopping and some research, and I came across these. These are Industry 9 305s. You can see. But yeah, so these are the 305s, which means 30.5 mil rims. Now these are 32 spoke rims, and they're straight pull, which adds durability and strength. And not to mention, these things are just like a tank. I mean, look at the size of the spokes. They're just crazy big compared to factory spokes. And this has the Hydra hub, which is loud, and it's got like 690 points of engagement. So check this out, guys. I got those rims in a sweet deal. I think I paid like $1,000 online for both. I got the Dedi stem with a Dedi carbon bar. I got a Dedi pedals. I also got the Psycho MTB mud guard. And what else did I get? Oh, and the grips. And I still under what a Turbo Levo would cost. And this now has everything that I want. The only thing that I might change would be like the rear shock. I might put a coil shock, coil spring on the rear. But other than that, everything else I want to be complete. They're doing the motorcycle classes down there. And one guy had a little Grom. I think it's like, you can see him right there. He just fell over. Turned the handlebars too tight. But yeah, like I said, I've never ran an e-bike with a coil shock before. I keep getting mixed reviews on coil versus air for heavier riders. I'm a heavier rider. I'm like between 220 and 240. Fluctuate, between there. And I don't know. I'm thinking about getting coil shock on the rear. This RockShox Domain is actually a pretty good shock. I'm impressed with it. I'll probably get that mud guard. It's got the bolt holes already for it, so I can probably just order the mud guard and slap it on. It is definitely muddy here. It's dry right now, but it gets very muddy here in Nebraska. But yeah, guys, I'm very impressed with this bike. The brakes do suck. I keep adjusting the rotors because they're getting a little warped. I've never had issues with brakes in any of my bikes, really. My Specialized, my Cube, my Commencal, my Giant, and I'm not blaming Trek, but these brakes, they're horrible. They're the SRAM DB8s. I dislike them a lot. So I did order some 2 or 3 mil rotors for the rear and for the front. I'll do a video on those when they come in. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions about this bike or this setup, let me know. More than happy to share with you guys my thoughts. So far, I love it. I don't hear any rattling from the battery like people say. Maybe because I don't ride as hard. I don't know. But battery hasn't fallen out on me, and battery hasn't been rattling for me. It's doing good. My next video, I probably will be doing a video on the kiosk upgrade from Bosch. This is the Purion. I'm going to be getting the color display upgrade, and it's bolts to the center here on the stem bolt. So I think it'll look nice too once it's away from here, it'll be right in the middle, and then the switch is going to be right here, and that's it. So I mean, it doesn't just give as much detail as like, oh, it gives you miles per hour, and it gives you the range, and it gives you the battery. But like the color display, you can do like GPS on it. It's got Bluetooth capability. It also gives you how much power you're putting in. So it's just I like it. I had it on my Cube, and I want that on this bike. Yeah, guys, I'll catch you on my next one.